All right. So, today we will be continuing the chapter 9.5. So, well, I mean, that's kind of, that's what we're doing. I think that's kind of all the explanation that needs. Hopefully this doesn't kill my voice like last time. There's also the end field update in a little bit as well. So I do want to do that also, but that'll do in a separate thing. So that kind of is a little bit of a time limit to this. I might also just take a break in between at some point. I don't really know. We'll see. But for now, we're just gonna continue with this. Okay. So Marcel was at 1,000, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, more story. Okay, I was like not prepared to read all this. I forgot I have to do that. Alright, it's fine. Okay. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna drink for a sec. Hold on. One moment. I am back. I got my drink. Hello. Okay. Now to do some reading. Okay. Did you ready to start it? No. I just entered the thing I just got up to from last stream. I didn't read anything yet. Alright. How do I... I guess I just read it normally. Okay, I'm like out of the zone. I was like so locked in on it yesterday, and then now today I'm like, it's like, how do I read again? Honheim brought us to what looked like a research lab lined with cables, rows of screens, and diagrams full of complex symbols and shapes. I didn't know there was a place like this in the House of Spiders. This is a forward base constructed by LIMBUS Company following Operation Spiderpire. Did not exist prior to the house's fall. It is intended for additional backdoor investigation and research into irregular phenomena observed during the operation. Irregular phenomena? An example, research subjects such as a spatial analysis of the correlation between the emergence of Sinner number 11's sign and the manifestation of possible future. Oh, yeah, as if that made sense. Looking around, I spotted Sinclair and a group of researchers surrounding him, the same people who had dragged him off earlier. New ring pack is out. Oh yeah, I did see there was another update as well. So maybe that's what they added. Hold on, did I just read this? Looking around, I spotted Sinclair and a group of researchers surrounding him, the same people who had dragged him off earlier. Okay. They were accompanied by a gaggle of sinners who tagged along to either watch the show or to kill time while they took a breather after work. Oh, and how long will the examination take? Sinclair's biometric assessment has concluded the analyzer device should be available for the relic now. Which means that it should be finished in an hour from now, at the latest. The scabbard rattled against the mention of an hour. The scabbard rattled? Is that so? I don't know why or how, but the way it swayed, it almost felt like a child trembling. It's moving again. Come along, Ryoshu. I expect he will want to witness the procedure. Fine. Ryoshu and Honheim headed off to the side. The examination was probably going to start immediately. Time to get Sinclair, then... wait. I was making my way towards Sinclair, who was getting bombarded with questions when an unexpected figure behind a pillar caught my eye. It was Vespa Crabro, with a big piece of paper covered in crooked handwriting taped on his back. Snack? Thief? Ah, manager. Wait. Ah, manager. Charon snacks. Mr. Stringbean ate up all of them. So I think there's been some misunderstanding. Ferg. Kick his butt. Not only is this matter not worth pointing fingers over, but Charon also shares some of the responsibility for leaving them out on the table unattended. Still, I prefer you exercise more care next time, or you'll put me through a tough spot. Put me in a tough spot. Understood. Charon, super sulky mode engaged. Not talking for half a day. Deploying super pass bitter candy. Beep beep. Mode disabled. Not sure if this is an appropriate request, but maybe remove the paper from my back now. It's a little inconvenient for me. Charon forgives this time. Next time, no mercy. Best make sure she doesn't listen to the radio channel again. To that radio channel again. Virgilius looked on with an inscrutable expression as Charon peeled the snack thief sign off Vespa's back. Make sure to remember this, so I don't have to think I'm burning through what little candy chance I have left on such trivial nonsense. Is Merc the best dad? I mean, out of all of Project Moon, I don't know of a better father. Because the nurse fathers don't exactly, you know. Roland way will avoid talking about, but still stands that Virgilius is probably the best father so far. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Vespa gave a polite thanks, but he was already picking something off another plate and stuffing it into his mouth. And his cinderlings. That doesn't... That's not exactly a father figure. Even then, he's more of like a teacher. But like, Virgilius and Charon's dynamic is more than just like a mentor position. He's definitely more of like a father figure to Charon, as opposed to just like a mentor or whatever. Okay. Vespa gave a polite thanks, but he was already picking something off another plate and stuffing it into his mouth. Oh, wait a minute, I was saving that for later. I assumed you were being picky. Well, now you know. Yet I still see you gobbling up my share. You read Leviathan? Yes, I did. I didn't read Distortion Detective, but I did read Leviathan. Yeah, no, he's definitely... Yeah, I feel like Virgilius is kind of the best example of a father figure in Limbus, actually. I mean, I guess there was Canto 7, but I wouldn't exactly say that was a great father figure in Canto 7. Actually, I don't know. Gloria... well, she was good for Canto 9, but if you already finished that, then I don't know if you really need her. I would hold off on upgrading her for a while if you have other Ryoshu IDs, but she's not bad. Okay. Ugh, he took my snack too, Verg. kick his butt. Rodion Romanovich. Is that her name? Is this her full name? Did we know this before? I'm aware that half of the total snack budget allocated to each dinner is being funneled into your snacking expenses, and now you're raiding the LCE supplies as well. Chill, that's totes been agreed upon, okay? Besides, that's that and this is this? Oh, what? Why does she get to say that line? Why is she allowed to say that? Oh, what? Sigh. The lines on Virgilius' brow looked deeper than usual today. Hoping to help him out of the endless cycle of snack-related headaches and to satisfy my own nagging curiosity, I drew near our guide and broke his brooding silence with my TikToks. Can we... Someone needs to make a video of like Virgilius being sad and then Dante doing like TikTok dances to like cheer him up. Like that'd be... Did we learn anything about Sinclair's sign? Dante is inquiring about the outcome of the research on the sign. I've heard from the researchers, but nothing of particular significance came of it. Observation of the sign has so far been limited to 2 individuals, the manager and Sinclair, due to the limited accessibility to the phenomenon. The only verifiable information has so far been its existence. Researching that which cannot be observed is bound to be difficult. Past at a point, aside from Sinclair, none of the sinners that can actually see the sign. What? Really? They can't actually see it? Well, I guess Dante can see it, though. And the same would go for the researchers. Even Sonia said only a few select people could perceive it. If there were more individuals bearing signs, then there would be a wider pool for a comparative analysis of statistical samples to narrow down the scope. However, records indicate no suitable references exist. At present, the research effort is limited to reducing variables such as whether or not the irregular phenomena are tied to the location where the battle took place. By individuals bearing signs, do you mean people like Damien and Sanson? Who's that? Oh, is that the fishbowl head guy? I don't remember. Wait, then could those guys do what Sinclair did? Pull in some superpowered future self and just wreck everything? Even Sonia? Should step in and put an end to this subject before Rhodia gets the blues. I don't think so. From what Ishmael and Faust reported back then. Right. Sinclair from the future said each sign carries a different power, I think. Maybe, you know, those layers of light rings Damien used to finish off Cromer, or Sanson dragging us into his story. Those could be it. Sanson. Who is Sanson? Was that... What? Because the only time I'm thinking of being dragged into a story was Canto 7. So was he someone from La Mancha Land? Or... I don't remember. Aye, that doth seem plausible. So none of that is information we can confirm yet. Correct, as you've stated, any discussion of this subject would not venture beyond the realm of wild speculation. Nothing has been proven yet. Ergo, fear would be an unnecessary response at the present. This is at best grounded in supposition, but it would seem that the researchers are coaxing forth the hypothesis from the vestiges left in the wake of Sinclair's future self. Oh, that bit about the sign maybe being some singularity or whatever, yeah? The precise position of the hypotheses was that the fundamental principles of the signs working may be equivalent to those of singularities or relics. That blue dude in La Mancha Land? Blue guy in La Mancha Land? Oh wait, now I have a vague memory. It wasn't Bari. Was it a guy with a staff or something? Did he have a mask on? One with a cane and a top hat. I don't remember exactly what he looked like, but I do kind of remember a little bit now. Okay. Okay, that we just read. But as no actionable evidence was obtained from Sinclair, there's presently no means by which the hypothesis may be validated. Also, I feel like I should probably try to read this faster so it doesn't take like 10 hours. Also, because I do kind of want to try my best to finish this before the Enfield update, which is in about 4 hours. I see, then nothing came out of them dragging Sinclair off for that research. Oh, you also thought I was being dragged off, but still, it happened anyway? Oh, I mean... I'm kidding. Just thought I'd... just thought I'd try going along with the mood. The old Sinclair wouldn't have thought enough. Wouldn't have even thought to joke around like that. He's really changed lately. For the better, I think. So, did anything happen that we should worry about? I stuck close to him just in case. Nothing serious came up. Just took some blood, a small skin sample. And they were also checking if the sign reacts to electrical stimulation. Yeah, and, I had to fill out some questionnaires too. Things like, please describe what you remember from the battle exactly as happened, or list the sensations you felt when you regained consciousness. And your memories of that moment have yet to return? No, I don't know if they'll ever come back, actually. Okay, I can't keep that up. It's so funny to imagine him with the Deku voice, but I just can't. I just can't right now. I just gotta read. Fao said they only exist with my future self, so... Wait, but for my future self to even have those memories, shouldn't I carry them in the first place? Which comes first? A paradox, it would seem. Such a case. Skincare Midori. Yep. That Sinclair is barely one branch among many possible futures. The future unfurls into boundless branches by means of ceaseless bifurcation? What does that mean? Then the body of information that constitutes a certain future would scatter into grains more fleeting than dust, too diminished to ever reverse their course and trace their path back to the self that now exists, that theory suggested. Not a certainty, but a plausible interpretation. Here you go again, more of that nonsense, only you got to understand. Boy, memory or not, the future guy still came out of him, didn't he? And some part of him's gotta be left in there somewhere, yeah? Like muscle memory or whatever. Perhaps he can still pull off some of those tricks from back then. Tricks from back then? Heard he kicked off proper out there. Even pulled out that trick he picked up from that plastered old geezer, right? Not just that, he was using that Mong technique quite effortlessly too. What? That glowing ring thing? Yep, the glowing ring thing. He had 2 of them coiled around his weapon. I used the glowing ring thing? I like that they're all calling it the glowing ring thing. This is the first time I'm hearing anything about it. Alright, so what exactly is that glowing ring thing? Anyone? Ring? That's true. Maybe some technique that enhances physical capability? I mean, I guess that flashy aura that makes you real tough's one part of it, but there's gotta be more, right? I don't know. Could be a secret finger thing they pass down through their memories. Technique, gear, something like that. Look at it. That Black Coney, the leader? That Li Hang guy. The nurse fathers we fought. A lot of them's finger, aren't they? Ain't they? The notion seems to unravel, for even among the LCD, there were those who came to wield it. And Virgilius, too. So what, only the proper, hard people can use it? Some posh, top-end trick, is it? Without anyone in particular prompting it, the sinners slowly turned their gaze toward Virgilius and Vespa. I only learned how to wield it from my team leader, too. I have a sensory understanding of Shin, but I can claim nothing too profound. However, what I can spare are some rumors, though they are all without proper sources. Rumors? They circulated among elite fixers and associated leadership. That there exists a power called Shin, capable of enhancing the body without having to pay expensive upkeep costs. A rumor among fixers, sayest thou? Yes, even the technique to manifest it. How-to tips, really, spread through hearsay. Oh yeah, that tracks. The super rookie column in the latest mag. Bonus vid? Bro is really popping off with it. Straight up aura farmed with a shiny mong wrapped around the weapon. Oh my... What? Popping off and aura farming? Canonically in Limbus Company? Oh my god. That's canon now. This is part of the main story now. Popping off and aura farming. Oh my god. Yo. This is part of the main Limbus story. Like... Oh, wow, that's... Okay. It must be that mine eyes are yet to be privy to such a marvel in a video. Kerosene, for sure, yeah. Kerosene already used the word aura and peak fiction. She used peak fiction? I did not know that. That's amazing. You know, aura farming though, that I was not expecting. Yeah, no, if they have peak fiction as well, it's funny. Wait, you serious? It's in the latest issue. Surely on the videotape in the back. Maybe you missed it? Video tape? Alas, for many a week I've been stranded from Nephi, relieving me of chance to read not only the prior chronicle, but the latest one as well. Interested in peak fiction? Huh. Woe is me, when I return I shall feast through the night upon those noble exploits of adventuring fixers. As Don Quixote dramatically spiraled into a state of utter dejection, Otis cut into the conversation, her gaze narrowing with suspicion. From what I recall, the Mantle of Shin grants its users a high degree of physical enhancement. There's no such thing as reinforcement without supplies. No power of that magnitude comes without an equivalent cost to wield it. That power relies on emotion and will for manifestation. Its output is not consistent like prosthesis and augmentation. Kira would be a cool friend. I mean, she does seem like the video games and manga enjoyer. Or I guess she kind of said that those are things she enjoys, or was it comics? I don't know. No, we'll get the announcer. It would be so funny if she just spams like brain rot terms for her announcer lines. That'd be something. And depending on how it is used, the consequence it demands can reach levels comparable to the ego you use. You mean to say that it extracts a toll upon the mind. So it costs SP. Okay. I'll walk you through the fundamentals if you'd like. From what I observed, it appeared to be a technique reserved for those of considerable strength. At our current level, it is not unreasonable. It is not unreasonable to assume... Is it not unreasonable to assume we could make use of it? Regarding that, our team leader has been conducting investigative research, intensive research. And according to her, physical strength itself has a little bearing on one's ability to learn and wield Shin. Are the sinners going to get Shin? As the Yellow Harpoon says, it is, in essence, a power that can be learned by almost anyone, provided they know the proper method of training. Vespa's brows visibly twitched the moment Yellow Harpoon left Virgilius's lips. Yeah, doesn't seem like he's a big fan of his own title, the Yellow Harpoon. Well, it fits, I think. He's got those yellow stripes on his clothes, and he uses a harpoon, too. Can you argue with that? Or these have Shin already? That's true. I'm wondering what this Shin training is, though. If I were to exaggerate, even Sinner Yisong's pre-contract self could manage to learn it. Wow, so really anybody could do it. Why must it be this self of mine be chosen as the point of comparison? Well, because you're the wimpiest one here. Don't want to get to you. Why does Sinclair think he can chime in on that? He's getting a bit of an ego now. Even so, it would be a mistake to assume its power. It's a power anyone can grasp with ease. If base IDs get buffed. I mean, maybe they will? Not sure. Or maybe it'll be another clock ability where everyone will get Shin. Not sure. Well, I mean, that doesn't really make sense, actually. Low-key. Maybe they can use it to enhance their base egos. What if that's how we end up getting Threadspin 5? Is they learn Shin, and then it automatically upties their base egos to Threadspin 5. Uptie 5 IDs. That's true. They could add it in an uptie 5 for the base IDs only. Although I would really not want to have uptie 5 for all IDs because I do not want to have to spend more resources on them. That would kind of suck. Unless they cost like 2 thread, then that would be fine. Alright, even so, it would be a mistake to assume its power anyone can grasp with ease as long as you are bound by a contract. Bound by contract as sinners, your ability to wield it will be severely limited. Unless you rely on particular identities or come upon an extraordinary circumstance. Shame that. Would have been useful. Okay, so I guess they're not gonna get Shin, at least just yet. Hey, then what about me? Can I learn it too? Kira, who had been fidgeting with her fingers, raised an arm and asked as though she couldn't hold the question back any longer. Hurts my 5 egos. Are they... It wasn't gonna be all of them, right? Like, it was just gonna be some? Actually, hold on. Virgilius said it would be limited, but not that it would be impossible. So what if Shin is going to be on the Threadspin 5 base egos? That would be interesting. Did he not have either? I don't know. Or, I mean, I guess he did have his middle augmentation tattoos stuff. Come to think of it, the middle nurse father didn't use any Shin or Mong. Papa never taught me how to use it. He always said I could get stronger without a stupid crutch like that. So, you know, if he's saying he can get stronger without a crutch, but then he relies on the tattoos, then, like, Is that still valid? Huh. Was that he couldn't teach you? Yeah, it wasn't that he didn't teach you, he couldn't. He was a man who probably had never once reflected upon his own sins. A piece of trash like him would be incapable of even comprehending such a power in the first place. Wow. Vespa's responses always come back dripping with venomous hatred whenever the conversation turns to the topic of fingers. Kira must have noticed it too, or perhaps she simply couldn't find the right words to push back. Either way, she held her tongue, her expression settling into a blend of frustration and something that looked a little too close to sadness. If you want to reduce it to a yes or no, then yes, you will be able to learn it with the odds in your favor. That is, assuming that the company decides to tolerate your continued existence. Oh my god. They're so rough on Kira. I already said I get it. As it stands, you're nothing more than a pending case of disposal. Closer to a threat than you are to an ally, strictly speaking. Don't get comfortable just because the manager and the sinners treat you with lenience. Step out of the line and you will be the one who pays the price. There was nothing in what Virgilius said that I could argue with. Kira had been a member of the House of Spiders. She murdered scores of LCE researchers, and left us with plenty of memories we'd rather not revisit. For now, we're just working together. Not contesting that decision doesn't mean we have no hard feelings for her. Leaving Kira alone with her thoughts, the sinners slipped back into their own business. Snacks, idle chatter, and conversations about whatever happened around LCE. Examination is concluded. Suppose it won't be an issue to let you hear the results together. Before we knew it, Hohenheim and Ryoshi returned. Alright. I feel like it's gonna be another story thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, because there's nothing real, really. How much of this is gonna be story? Because I don't really know how long this is gonna take. To present the conclusion first, no, the notion of the sword being a sentient one is incorrect. The locus of the will is not the blade, but the scabbard. An ego forged in a rather paradoxical nature, yes, that would be the most appropriate description. Not a sentient sword, huh? Ryoshi's grumpy dismissal made the scabbard quiver almost as if it had taken offense. Somehow I felt like I could understand what Hohenheim meant by will now. It was a reunion of sorts, one that gave both a tinge of sadness and hope. If the scabbard has its own will, does that mean the owner of that will can be resurrected? It is too premature to deliberate on the matter. The state of existence under question is not one that may be defined as death at the moment. I assume they asked whether it can be revived or brought back to life, so to speak. Even supposing that survival is a fixed variable and that the reconstruction of the original corporeal body falls within the realm of theoretical possibility, probability approaches zero given the limits of today's technology and conditions. We researchers are inclined to entertain even infinitesimal chances, but in the terminology of the lay people like yourself, such a prospect would be labeled impossible, wouldn't it? Tech is over. I guess they don't have tech that revives a person who it does not have a physical body. Although there may not exactly be science-y tech for that, but I'm pretty sure the golden bows have the ability to do that. Because it manifests the will of, or it manifests things from people's minds. So like, if say like all the bows get connected, then probably I would imagine that the scabbard, you know, having a will of its own, can just will itself to turn back into a person. Most likely. Well, I don't know if it's most likely, but I feel like that's possible. I would imagine that that would be possible. I guess the prospect would be labeled impossible, wouldn't it? There is no need to fixate on the impossibilities of the present, Manager Dante. Such matters are reserved for scientists to hold on to. Alright. But we may have uncovered a thread. Something that could lead to restoring Tsunariyoshi's memories. Though, again, that too is merely a possibility. A far more practical avenue for you to pursue at the moment, nevertheless. And to that end, yes, further analysis on the scabbard itself would be necessary. Coordinate with Alan for your next duty. He should still be in the ring nurse father's quarters, that will be all. Hohenheim cut himself off there, clamping his mouth shut as if any further exchange might scatter and mess up the theories he'd constructed in our conversation. Alright then, before we go, anyone want to tag along? Munching on food, averting their gaze, the sinners were pretending they weren't interested at all. But going by the way their forks had long since stopped moving, it was pretty clear to me that they had been intently listening in on our conversation. Where are we to go? Right. Sorry, forgot the rest of you weren't there with us earlier. Faust, Don Quixote, Ryoshu, and I have been checking where each back door leads. Oh, and Kira too. Prisoner of War, Executive Manager. Talking about me? Yeah, I guess I'm working with them too. Yeah. Best remember to tread carefully. Should you cause even the slightest harm to the Executive Manager, you will be held accountable without exception. Yeah, sure, whatevs. Kira needled at Otis with a mocking pout, but oddly enough, she didn't appear particularly irritated. Anyway, I think it'd be better if we had a few more people just to be safe. One of those doors we went into earlier led straight to the ring's corridor. That was a close call. Otis and Heathcliff's hand shot up the moment I finished speaking. I would very much like to accompany you, Executive Manager. I know I could rely on you, Otis. Your recognition of my loyalty honors me, Executive Manager. I, Otis, understand better than anyone your concern about the peril of working with a prisoner of war so liable and to betray. To have your indispensable self proceed with only a handful of soldiers until you are at command. This cannot stand, I'm afraid. I won't be able to focus on other duties without personally seeing to your safety. I get it, Otis. You made your point clear enough. Not keen on how I just keel over the moment you summon me. Feels a bit dodgy, that. Better I stick by your side and scrap it out myself. Probably don't need me to come along, then. I guess you can just summon me like the rest of us. Summon the rest of us like you did earlier if it hits the fan. A research yet unfinished holds many efforts. I shall join you once I found my closure. Once it has found closure. I don't think I can be much help wherever you're going. I'll pass. I will follow if that is your order, Manager. No, it's fine. Just get some rest. Probably be okay. I can always summon them again if things get too dangerous. For now, I should go see Alan again. That summoning thing is really useful for them now. Like... yeah, no, that's really useful for Dante. Also, I guess we're 1/3 of the way through. Okay. Fight? That's true, we are up to a fight. Is this monkey? Okay, first thing we're gonna do is put Rhodia on for the 40% bonus. Rhodia, Rhodia, please, Rhodia, come on. Nope, that's not it. Come on. There you are. All right, and run it. Run it. All right. Ugh, this guy again. I don't like this guy. I'll get a drink water. Okay. Ah, you've arrived. I was waiting for you. We sifted through and isolated the doors with the highest probability of leading into the rings gallery. The next step would be to enter the alternate door you mentioned, but hold up a sec. There's actually gatekeeping more stuff. Gatekeeping? Huh? Gatekeeping? Are you saying you have more to tell about gates? Doors? Yep. That door over there? Pretty sure connects to N-Corp's nest. I saw Albina going in, all hyped about some canned whatever it was. That wooden door with bandages wrapped around the handle. Pop would go in there to cross out vengeances. From what the book said, it's probably a turf protected by a thumb subsidiary or something. Unlike earlier, when she offered only vague snippets, even about just a single door. Kira was now feeding Alan a stream of intel that seemed solid enough. That seemed solid even to someone as clueless about the back door as me. She's far more cooperative than anticipated. Even after that Alan character roughed her up, from what I hear. Yeah, you'd think she'd climb up out of spite. I wonder if she changed her mind about cooperating with us. Nevertheless, we mustn't let our guard down, executive manager. There's no telling when she'll turn on us. I can literally hear everything you're saying, you know. Alright then, based on the intel, please proceed by investigating the safest doors first. As for the high-risk ones, I'll continue checking and let you know which ones you need to enter. Alan tinkered with the devices around him and flashed a couple of doors with blue light. Guess that means we start with those. Where do you guys want to go first? They look right about the same. Just start with the closest one. Well, Alan did say these are the safest ones, so it shouldn't matter which one. Just as I reached for the nearest door, as Heathcliff told me to, Ryoshu suddenly veered off, stopping in front of another one that stood a few steps apart. This door, it feels familiar. You recognize that door? I think I passed through it a few times when I was little. Hardly had Ryoshu stopped speaking when a fragmented memory painted over nails... Nails? Painted over in parts slipped into my mind. How did I... Oh, maybe the AI and... I don't know. Sorry, it hurt a lot, didn't it? I should have finished my homework faster. Oh, I know. Let's go for a walk. Hold on, let's, Did I miss something? Okay. I don't recall much about it. That memory just now, could it be tied to Arya? Let's start with that door. Okay, this one, yeah. There we go. Patient as ever, Heathcliff shoved the door open and strode in first. The rest of us followed, including Kira and the other sinners. This place is... Judging by its state, it seems to be a welfare facility located within a nest. Most likely a park. Where is there a door in a park? Every sod walking here is dragging some animal along. Means they've got money to burn. Proper ritual at this place. The walk, the pass Ryoshu mentioned in her memory, and the sight of people fussing over their pets. Pieces clicked together, and I voiced the other memory I saw back at the House of Spiders. House store or outhouse? Probably not a house store in the middle of a park, but yeah, it could be a bathroom, maybe. Though I wouldn't imagine there would be one in this setting. Because I don't imagine the Project Moon City using porta potties. You ever come here with a puppy named Saru? Yeah, I remember that. Oh, right, that was her dog. Not a puppy, though. Saru was a bit bigger by then. Sorry, it hurt a lot, didn't it? I should have finished my homework faster. Why isn't she getting any better? I gave her lots to eat. Oh, I know. Wanna go for walkies? You love walkies, don't you, Saru? We got a bark! Oh, we can't replay the bark. There's this workshop Dad always visits. The door there is connected to a park. Okay, so it's the door to a workshop. You can go right now. Ryoshu's childhood memory burned bright in my vision before passing. I was her as a kid? Verily, such gentleness doth seem most unlike the young Ryoshu. Hey, clock. Said you could show them my memories willy-nilly. No, come on, you know it's not something I can control. GG. Good game. Good going. Back in the House of Spiders, I was the only one who could see the vision of Ryoshu's past. This time, though, her memory seems to manifest for everyone around, just like what we experienced in H-Corp with Honglir. Which probably means... Why are you all staring at me? It's so random, what the hell? Did you not see that just now? See what? You guys zoning out together? Guess it doesn't apply to Takira. And again, unlike how it was between Lin Taiyu and Honglu, Kira doesn't have any direct connection to Ryoshu. I guess it makes sense. Was that adorable hound thy companion of old, young Ryoshu? Indeed, my one and only best friend. And because of that, Saru would be locked away in the vault every time I had to depart on an assignment, with a spiral driven through her. First ever leash. Looking back, it might have been a kinder fate had she died sooner. To inflict such cruelty upon a voiceless animal, how can such wickedness be born? What happened to Saru in the end? She died before her time. I don't recall why, but there was this day when Saru wouldn't stop whimpering in pain, and I shut myself in my room crying. You were? Not someone else? Who else? Of course it was me. Even after witnessing the fragment of memory, Heathcliff looked utterly unconvinced. While I was grieving, Callisto offered a solution. Said he would give me a gift the next day. And what I received was something he called the Beastbone Blade. A tanto that would whine and yelp in Saru's voice with every swing. Ew, no way. I always knew there was something creepy with the Robo-Unk, so that's how he killed your dog, huh? No, he didn't kill Saru. That Tanto was alive. Did you just say alive? Bloody hell. Crazy. Her eyes were embedded in it like adornments, and they'd stare at me in accusation, the tiny heart beat as though it was quaking with fear. It was a horrible sight, and I felt pity. So I shortened what remained of her time with my own hands. Got me thinking after hearing all that, why do you still mess with that art thing then? To be honest, after seeing something like that, you'd want to steer well clear, yeah? Right? Those things he called artworks were also cursed. Straight up nightmare fuel. Like, I haven't really checked out the other Ring artworks outside Albina and her nurse father's, so maybe I'm just a noob when it comes to all that, but yeah, their stuff never gave me any art vibes, for real. We got for real as well. I felt the same. Well, I was terrified at first, yet as I learned more, there were some facets that suited my taste. Thou findest appeal in those grotesque creations? From what you've told me about Callisto, it looks like he failed to stick to his own advice. But there's something he always used to say. Art is wholly subjective, and thus one must never expect the understanding of others. Expect the understanding of others. The uncanny, the horrible. There's a beauty that lies in the grotesqueness of it all. Can't say I get it, but if you say so. Nah, bloody hell, how do you end up getting used to that kind of thing? Why do you need to understand? You're not an artist. I got used to it, but that guy Callisto's installation artworks caused night terrors and nightmares for Rattle. Scabbard moved and Ryoshu came to a pause. He trembled, but there was at once a strange liveliness to it, as though it quivered between fear and anticipation. Night terrors, crying from nightmares in the House of Spiders? There's actually someone who got scared of ring stuff back in your day. I need to check something. We've seen enough here, let's go back. Yeah, let's. Nothing else worth checking around here anyway. With the inspection complete, we quickly followed Ryoshu back. She stood in front of the artworks covered in sheets of cloth lost in fog. Right here. There used to be a huge artwork displayed here. I don't know what kind of impulse struck him, but he went about fussing, saying he needed practice so he wouldn't lose his touch. Mom? What's wrong? Over there. I thought I told you to keep the exhibition in your room. Ah, you've returned, Yoshihide. I decided to attempt installation art of a somewhat larger scale this time, but I ran out of space in my gallery. Mom, people were screaming. Dearest Yoshihide, Aria has reached an age where she may be introduced to the world of aesthetics. Surely this wouldn't be a problem. It would. You liking it and me acquiring the taste doesn't mean Aria will. Wah! Sniffle. Let's get you back to our room. I was hugging something in my arms. I was crying. Sorrow? No, too big to be sorrow. The lacerated memories can never be made whole, no matter how many fragments are glued together. We could tell Ryoshu everything we knew about Aria, but it would never truly reach her. I see. This hollow void, this must be Aria. The sensation and emotion for what's been emptied began to entangle with Ryoshu's memories. And that makes it possible for us to reminisce about Aria together. The soft rattle Aria gave seemed to show how pleased she was with this small step. Alright, time to check out the next door. I like that they actually are still like I like that Aria is still like with them, and like they're not just saying like, oh yeah, she's the scabbard now, and then they like never talk about it again. Like I like that they actually like have her be brought up as the scabbard, but like she still has Will as the scabbard. That I like. That's very hopeful. We entered several more back doors that Alan pointed out. But unfortunately, none of the places we ended up at stirred Ryoshi's memories any further. Pretty much nothing here. I think we're done. What the? How'd they get in here? Startled, Kira pointed ahead where figures wearing animal masks were hauling what looked like massive lumps of flesh hidden behind a tent of sorts. Those ring assailants from before? Didst thou not say thou hast sealed the door earlier? How then do these villains come to stand before us once more? They probably infiltrated via an entirely separate route. Another back door. As you can see, their objective appears to be the retrieval of the Ring Nurse Father's artworks. Get on with it. We need to move as many pieces as we can before we pull out. Wait, but I thought Robounk was washed? He's got so many fanboys and fangirls here. Huh. Does his artwork possess value in and of itself? Or is it just a case of posthumous premium of death effect? Think about it. Some of the pieces have already been taken. Of course, they are of little value to both our companies. Watching them sweating and struggling to drag those mediocre pieces with them. Pretty funny. But imagining how those pieces will be labeled with some pathetic notion of heritage connected to my name on their description plaques. Pretty unsavory. They may be occupied with transporting those objects for now, but they will likely soon find cause to harm the Wayfarer and LCE personnel stationed here, Executive Manager. It would be prudent to eliminate them without delay, considering the Ring's reputation. Otis is right. Better to wipe them out before they try anything stupid. Guys, looks like we've got another job to do. Lend me a hand. The radio didn't buzz with the sinner's replies this time, but it should be fine. Oh. So what if one of the sinners needed to take a dump? Like, what are they gonna do then? If they spawn in and they are Yeah, we're gonna use everything except for the lust affinity skills. So then when we use the other skills, then it's a 5 coin. It's a 5 coin. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna spam the Lost Resonance once we get a bit more of it. Should be decently strong. Ooh, that was good. Alright, Dawn is kind of struggling right now. Like, a lot. She's not doing well. Heavy team, I mean, yeah, I guess with Kira, a ND Res team would be pretty good. Okay, yeah, no, we're not doing super well right now, honestly. Yeah, no, this is going way worse than I was hoping for. Did he win that? Okay, what is going on? Why are we doing so poorly? Why is this going so bad? Why doesn't Kira-ish not get a boost? Not get a boost? Huh? Okay, yeah, what did she just do? She just obliterated that guy. Is that a 5-coin skill again? Keyword again? I mean, I guess if anything, she's in a weakened state right now. You know what? We could do a turn of this. Oh, and he's already dead from clashing. That's cool. It's a little bit of a waste. I mean, actually, I guess that means that she doesn't waste her hard bullet arts then, so I guess that's fine. Okay, that's pretty decent. Okay, now Ishmael. Alright. It's good that Ryoshi also has a skill 3 lost ability. It's definitely good. Probably didn't need Rhodia's extra combo, or not combo, her extra counter to be on the line, but I mean, I kind of just wanted to max out Lost Res, so that's fine. Okay, let's do this maybe. Yeah. Alright, that should be fine. Everyone's SP should be much better now. Well, than a few turns ago. So they should hopefully be clashing alright. Here we go. Yeah, we can get rid of skill 1s on this turn. Ryoshi just exploding people. That's great. Alright, that was not too bad. That was pretty easy. With this, the last of the ring's infiltrators have been eradicated. Is that all of them? Ryoshi kept glancing around as if searching for someone, but fortunately, no other ring members were in sight. Right, but the hell were those lot coming from anyway? Weren't just the first wave had more of the sods legging it from the back line like they'd been working somewhere else? According to the tracking logs recorded by the surveillance devices installed here, they appear to have crossed over from another corridor. Another corridor? What precisely does that designation, another corridor, refer to? The room resembling a shopping mall, the one filled with batches of toys on display. Your company, if I recall correctly, designated as it is, designated it as the corridor of the middle nurse father. Oh. I suggest we relocate there. Our assigned tasks here have been wrapped up. Oh, and before we set off, do you have any information to share in advance? We're planning to compile a comprehensive encyclopedia cataloging the notable characteristics of these corridors and all of their connection loci. Your cooperation will be most appreciated. Kira seemed to hesitate, gnawing at her nails as if she were going through an inner struggle. Before long, however, she snapped out of it like she'd just locked in on a decision. Sure, I got stuff to tell you, like hella stuff. Some parts are kind of fuzzy, not gonna lie. But I can still recall like 20 places clear enough. Locked in, not gonna lie. We're really building the roster. I mean, it was home for me and Papa, so... No, I got nothing. I never once regarded that that guy's room as a home, and my memories of it all are fragments at best. The scabbard gave a faint, restless stir. Perhaps it wanted to comfort Ryosha in the only way it could. And accompanied by its tremors, we began our move toward the corridor of the middle. Alright. Okay. Alright.
행진을 멈추지 마라. 이 좁디 좁은 왕국을
Good job, Mersal.
멸망한 그 땅으로 돌아갈 때까지 보아라. 저들이 우리의 모습을 우러러 보는 것을.
Alright. School. Clear within 10 turns. Okay, Rhodia. This is the true gotcha. Well, the real true gotcha is going to be in 3 hours and 15 minutes when Enfield releases their update with Fang Yi, who I want to pull on. Or pull for. I don't know if I will pull for her fully. Like, I do want to hit pity twice, but I need to fail both of those pities so that... actually, I don't... See, the thing is, I just need to pull on it enough to the point where I can buy her weapon as well. That's really the main thing I want. That's the main thing. But if there's someone who comes out in the banner after hers who I would want to pull on, then maybe it doesn't matter. Because then I can just pull on that to get her weapon instead. We'll see. Also, she'll probably have a weapon for her in the pass or whatever. So that should be fine, hopefully. Also, I still have to use the box to get Thermite Cutter as well for Arclight. The heck, they swiped everything that wasn't nailed down, huh? Fret not, I espy thither half of thy worldly possessions. Articulated fixer figurines, video game cartridges. No later updates against her yet. Fang Yi? If Fang Yi gets power creeped, I don't really mind, because I'm just pulling on her because I think her design looks cool. Like, even if she was weak, I think I would still pull for her. It's kind of like a Kafka situation, where it's like, I just like a character's design, so I'd want to pull for them. And that's it. That's it. And yeah, because I didn't know how gotchas worked for Kafka, and then I didn't pull on her banner because I didn't know that was gonna be a thing, so I just pulled on the standard banner instead. Yeah, so that was a mistake. So yeah. Yo, what? Huh? I don't know if I would. I think Kafka's cool, but I don't know if I would say that. Okay, fret not. I just read this. I'm not talking about my toy box, okay? Had hell many of them anyway. My TV's gone, the couch too. As Kira said, only a conspicuous empty space was left where the television and family couch set used to be. Oh, those LCE researchers hauled them away. From the sound of it, they're going to set them up in their staff lounge. This Alan guy sucks. He really is awful. As for the leather and the ornaments, they said they'll be selling them off. What? Yeah? Oda seemed to notice the moment she caught Kira's wistful look. The corners of her lips curled into a faint smile. She spoke with feigned nonchalance. Who knows, with sufficient cooperation, perhaps they'd become more receptive to the idea of returning those items. Assuming much? Never said I wanted him back. Anyway, I'll tell you about what I know. So come this way if you want in. These two doors here, made from paper and wood, they connect to S Corp. And that one reinforced with steel, that one leads to V Corp. Back streets, where, having lived here and made frequent use of the doors herself, Kira was clearly the right person for the job of identifying where each door Wayfarer company had asked us to explore led. Directed by Kira and accompanied by Alan, we checked the doors one by one. What is V Corp? That's a good question. I have no idea. Were they ever mentioned, like, what they do or anything? I mean, what could V stand for? Vacuum? Vitamins? Vitality? Violence? Voice acting? I don't know. Good work, all data seems to match. Thank you for your cooperation. Until there was just one back door left to open. I know this isn't anything new, but I've got to say, these back doors are just too bloody convenient. Them portals, too. I ain't doing anything shady like the warp trains either, is it? Yours is as simple as turning the knob and entering. Seems to me you'll outpace your business rival in no time. I'm a bit hard-pressed to agree with the too convenient sentiment when it comes to using backdoors and portals, but since your intent was to claim Wayfarer's superiority over the current W Corp, I'll take that as a compliment. Did I say something wrong? Every technology comes with a cost, Heathcliff. Aptly said. Well, this has been a workday relatively free of casualties, thanks to the quality information you have provided. To understand that Wayfarer Company's primary services include pathfinding, path security, and path maintenance. Are you gonna eventually go? Maybe. I guess it's wherever the branches are, and I guess those are all over the city though. Each of those services is fraught with life-threatening dangers for our employees. Some never return after embarking on a pathfinding journey. Some are killed while battling monstrous entities whose exact natures haven't been confirmed yet, that appear in the liminal space between paths. It also costs a pretty penny to keep the secured path, well, secure. I'd say our operating cost is on the rather steep side, especially considering that we were also trying to prevent our rivals from taking this corner of the market. Thinking back, I don't think I've ever seen Alan enter a door to a new location with his helmet off. Must be one of his precautions, just in case. Maybe his dry smile and unsettling lack of reaction to anything are hints that he simply seemed too much to be fazed by most horrors. Still, our work's gotten considerably easier for this job thanks to the help from everyone here. Honestly, this partnership is working much better than I expected. Very well then, let's take a look at the last door. Oh, that's the door Papa used to walk through all the time. Followed Kira into the door, and the second I crossed over the threshold, a breeze carrying an oddly familiar, salty smell trickled to the tip of my nose. One of my clock hands? Huh? What? Alright. This one connects to somewhere in the general Great Lake area, it seems. Welcome to U-Corp's giant Stingray port ship. Stingray, huh? What does that ring a bell? Hang on a minute, it's that place, isn't it? That port ship that has Salon de Moulu? Moulu? I don't know. The private hair salon. Heathcliff chimed in with a shudder, as though the sheer weight behind his words terrified him. Ooh, doth it signify then that we shall finally be made audience to young Heathcliff and his hairdo most luscious? Ugh, quit it with that luscious nonsense, lass. Why encourage me now when you were so cavalier about blasting my villainous back at the lake? Indeed, alas, 'tis true that punishment wrought upon our merry band hath severely outweighed the crime. Wouldst thou not agree, young Heathcliff, that to put the coupons to use would remedy thy pain a smidge? Ah. I haven't even got anyone to spruce up for a moment. Oh. He ain't even got anyone to spruce up for anymore. Okay, yeah, because Kathy... yeah. Sweet, then can I use them? There are regulars at that place. I would ask the middle for favor. I need to bring loads of coupons back home. Give away her coupon every 10 visits, you see, so I'm even yapping about, all excited. Hero seemed ready to launch into a cheerful rant, came to an abrupt pause, like a bike tripping over a ledge. Her face fell as she lowered her gaze and scuffed a pebble away. Coupons? Yep. Coupons. Looking back, I guess Papa did hella care for me, so why? It's also true, these guys went out of their way to get me out of there, even though they didn't know me so well. Why's it gotta be so complicated? Tyus gave you that aesthetic. BC? The heck's a BC? Bowl cut. Bro, listen. Like I said, that's not how you shorten these things. For some reason, Ryoshu seemed almost gleeful to hear Kira correcting her acronym. Is she starting to view Kira similarly to Arya? It was reminiscent of that self-satisfied look she'd get after confusing us with these acronyms, especially during the early days of our boat's journey. Or I guess she would be more like a younger sister to Ryoshu. Because, like, I guess if she was like the daughter of the nurse fathers as well, then maybe? I don't know. Thinking back, ever since Sinclair's translations became reliable enough, sinners had less reason to voice their frustrations with Ryoshu's acronyms, which in turn gave her fewer causes to Kira's new daughter. Well, probably not Ryoshu daughter, but I guess Ryoshu's younger sister figure, maybe, or something. I don't know. Because, like, they were both the daughters of the nurse fathers, I guess. Not sure why, but something tells me she might be making her acronyms ridiculously incomprehensible on purpose. If your conjecture is correct, executive manager, she has one tasteless sense of humor. From what I recall, the toys and games he was into were pretty retro. Must have been annoying to play along at first, but the more I played along, the more I got into it. Still corny and juvenile, though. Brain rot, a little sister, or hair obsessed unk? What? I know a lot of that conflict within the... Sorry, what? I know aught of that conflict within the... Yeah, no, what does that even mean? What does that sentence... What? Trifling and apocryphal they may be, yet we were all compelled to peer hind words at the interests of the family. Yeah, I wanted to know what Papa was into to really get what he was talking about. Besides, I didn't know these things if I wanted to chat him up and talk about a mutual subject, so... He'd tell me about you all the time, Yoshihide. Proud. Not a day went by without him saying stuff like, Yoshihide learned this in 2 days, or, yo, this was Yoshihide's fave, you know. but I wasn't here to tell you that his words weren't worth anything. I once thought of him the same as you do now. A good man, at least among the nurse fathers, caring enough to bring me gifts. But one day I realized that he'd never understand the things I really cared about, even if his life had depended on it. One day, thou sayest? Pray tell, was there aught that had changed thy perception of that man? And I don't remember when or why, it just happened. Just that it happened. Oh wait, I might know this. Wasn't it something that happened at school? Papa told me that things started getting awkward between you and him ever since you quit school. The word tomorrow? Is that true? I don't think it is. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't think so. After one quick Google search, I don't think that's correct. Yeah, I don't think so. It's a very great factoid, though. Okay, I don't know why I got so distracted by that. I've never been to school. Never even thought of wanting to go to school. Mateus must have been talking out of his... What again? Huh? No way. Or I even saw a clip of it. She's watching the clips now? No, what? Papa showed me that video when he was teaching me about how to use these doors. I even saw baby you going, I'm off to school, Dad, in that video. I'm pretty dang sure. I don't... As Kira went on, Ryoshi's confidence from her initial retort seemed to slip away. Couldn't blame her, so much of her memory had been mutilated. Ryoshi didn't sound like she was denying it out of hand, though. She seemed to mean it when she said she'd never been to school, never ever even wanted to. And I want to glimpse the fragment of memory that made her say that. The moment I wielded a scene from her past suddenly flashed across my eyes. Very well, Yoshihide. I will register you in an institution that is not entirely dissimilar from school. This is a subsidiary of the Ring. Academy. Sure it was a school, not like an art academy or something like it? Oh yeah, that kind of makes more sense, yeah. Must have been an academy, not a school. Academy of Art. Huh. Ryoshu muttered a few words as though they were pieces of a puzzle she was assembling. And after a brief moment, she turned toward me with an astounded scoff and a look of mild irritation. Clock, you deserve a smack. Huh? Then lightly smacked me upside the head with her scabbard. What was that for? This memory sucks. Clock, I would have been just fine without it. But at least I got to remember the incident that changed my perspective on Mateus. Dad, how do I go to a school? A school, Yoshihide? Well, I don't see why you would wish, let alone need, to go to such an institution when we nurse fathers are here to provide you with all the education you require. You would later find our unique style of homeschooling to have been much more enlightening than trudging through any of the nest's formulaic educational systems. But Dad, I'm in a picture book. And I don't have any friends here. Oh, reading is pointless. But it is true that there are qualities that can be learned only through group erudition that engenders competition. Very well, Yoshihide. I will register you in an institution that is not entirely dissimilar from school. Really? I intend to send Yoshihide to an academy as part of my educational curriculum. There is an Academy of Art, a subsidiary of the Ring. Companionship with other talented children of approximately her age will nourish the spirit of inspiration that will guide Yoshihide's growth. The prescript approves. But Callisto, I'll tell you now that you might be making a mistake. And how are you so certain of that? To elaborate if you can, hand puppet of the prescripts, by whom every aspect of existence is articulated. What do you even know of choice? Or of what is right or wrong? And off they went. Perhaps a little more situational awareness would have prevented what is to come. Callisto had found me in a rather decent academy. The artworks that used to scare me when I was alone weren't so bad when I was with other kids. No, that's not quite it. It'd be more accurate to say that I started to understand people's perspective on beauty. Of course, I would, when all we ever did was nod along to the lectures and spout purple prose, all the while making pin cushions out of people's bodies like it was nothing. Our lesson today will focus on corporist techniques. Now take a good look at the diagram here, then the mannequins before you. Weave the blood vessels in the same pattern as the diagram, and I don't know why we're even learning about corporist stuff in this day and age. Alright, I don't get what the point of this slog is, trying and shaping blood vessels to make a color the drop of ink can do better. That a drop of ink can do better. I read that in a book. I'm more excited to learn about cubist techniques than this crap. Honestly, why is this washed up movement even a part of the curriculum? It's just boring, shallow, gore stuff. Oh, it's gory, but it's boring and shallow because you guys are bad at it. What? Aw, you mad because your daddy's a lame corporist? Oh, is he? No wonder her stuff is just as... Ow. I was taught that people who say bad things about my family deserve to get their butt kicked. Them bad-mouthing Callisto wasn't actually what set me off. I didn't have any special reverence or attachment to family like Mateus did either. It's just what I was taught to dislike, that's all. Just one of those tantrums kids of that age have. Kids will be kids and all that. I'm home, Dad. Hey, buddy, you're all early. Oh man, must have been playing rough today, huh? You got dust all over. Got into a fight. Is Mateus gonna kill those kids? A fight? Yeah, they kept saying dumb things about class stuff, so I smacked them. What about you? They didn't hit you anywhere, did they, buddy? On my cheek, but it's okay, because I punched them this many more times. Did I do good? That's my girl. Dad? Where are you going? Oh, you know, just got some business to take care of. Why don't you just sit tight and work on a coloring book? I'll be home for you note. Okay. Is it bro business? No, it's family business. I ain't seen what's so bad about taking care of your own. Them snotty sods don't learn to respect you unless you beat into them. Huh. If only he'd been a simple-minded fool like you, then the story would have ended right there, with a pat on my head. What? Papa? I mean, the middle doesn't stop there. It never does. Hurt a member of the family, that automatically gets you written up in the book. Yeah, and he did what he did in the end. Huh? Oh. Haha, there you are, Yoshihide. Is class starting already? My diligent little girl. Wonder who she takes after. Did that? I know. I said I'll be back before you know it, but I got a bit lost trying to find my way through the ring bastard's tricky maze. You know how they are. Oh yeah, and there's so many sniveling brats here. Well, as for their crimes, they slapped my buddy's face hard enough to leave a mark. That's an arm for you. As for the instructors, well, anyone to agree that they did one sorry job of keeping these tykes under control. In that case, pursuant to Title II, Section 52 of the book, execution by beheading. They clearly don't got much use for what sits on their shoulders, huh? How do you like it, buddy? Papa's the best, ain't he? How dare he? Such senseless, barbaric violence. Uncultured, uncivilized animal. Sob. Do not be discouraged, dearest Yoshihide. Dearest Yoshihide. I have eyed out yet another academy worthy of your talents. It is much more significant and prestigious institution this time. I assure you, even an intemperate berserker like Mateus won't dare force his way into such a place as he did the previous academy. Don't wanna. Yoshihide? I don't want to go to an academy. I don't want to go. I don't need friends anyway. For all his posturing, nothing that was ever important to me held any significance to Mateus. He took a lot away from me just to feel good about himself. So I hoped he, more than anyone, would never find out about the things I held dear, because I was afraid he would take them away from me like he did the others. But he'd always catch on faster than he had any right to. Every contract that took me away from the House of Spiders made me tremble in anxiety. Because I was worried about, I don't remember what, but I do know that I could never stop thinking about my room. So whatever occupied the room in my absence must have been the most precious thing to me in the world. The scabbard, which had been stirring lightly as Ryoshu recounted her past, soon began to rattle audibly. It's doing that thing again. Ryoshu patted the scabbard with a gentle, reassuring hand. The scabbard that was once Arya, a memory without attachment. It appeared to me almost as though she was pacifying a crying child. Seeing that gesture, Heathcliff briefly cast a sullen yet faintly expectant gaze between Ryoshu's scabbard and my device. He must be thinking back to his last conversation with Catherine. But Catherine's existence, unlike Arya's, was erased by the golden bow itself. I doubt this device could do anything for Heathcliff at this point. From everything we know, the Ringner's father seems to have been the least awful parental figure in your childhood. That's crazy. The Ringner's father. Huh, yeah, I didn't know that Robo-Unk was such a radical guy. He sent you to an academy like you wanted and even got angry on your behalf. Why? Okay, I wouldn't praise him, because this is right after they just talked about him, how he turned her dog into a bone stick that is alive and suffering. So I wouldn't exactly say he's a good parental figure. I wouldn't say he's anywhere near that. Oh, hazy memories. Almost forgot to mention. A few days after that, Callisto left a snowman by my pillow as a gift. It was made of heads. Heads? Yes, decapitated heads from the incident at the academy, threaded together into a sculpture. Thinking back, it was one sorry excuse for an art. He's sorely mistaken if he thought some low-effort Yes, like that can make me feel better. Could have spared us the details, alas. The heads of who? The teachers? The kids? I'm guessing the teachers, because the kids were left alive, although their arms were taken, I guess. Both, I mean, I guess we shouldn't exactly confirm. Well, with that covered, you guys want to head back? Hang on. What's up? Gonna get that luscious treatment before heading back? Shut it, you. That ain't it. Look there. Those blokes walking out the salon. Why are these guys everywhere? Favists, ain't they? They found us. Not be odd to find a field branch of the Ring's art movement in different districts of the city, especially that of Fauvists' scale. However, various evidence, such as their masks and the fact that our group has immediately drawn their attention, suggests that they are in the same pack as the one making regular incursions into the House of Spiders. This is LCB speaking to team leader Alan, requesting immediate commencement of the lockdown sequence. Copy that. And why don't we... Whoa, guys, stop. What? Do you know where you are? We're smack dab in the middle, protected turf. Cause a scene, and bros and sisters of the middle will be here any second. I don't think that's the case. Because, like, he kind of has, like, no emotion attached to anything he does at all. Like, everything, he just does what the prescript tells him to do. So I don't really... yeah, no. Nah. Also, I'm pretty sure he was the one that was, like, killing the dog as well. Because of the spirals were... At least he raised... I don't think any of them raised Ryoshu right. She kind of just had to survive in there. I mean, I guess they were bringing her up to make her strong, but they weren't really... None of them were really good parental figures. Bros and sisters of the middle will be here any second. Oh yeah, that's kind of a problem. We've already drawn the Ring's unwanted attention. We certainly don't want the middle coming after us to the House of Spiders too. Sounds like you've got a GI. Talk. Good instinct, good insight, good information. Ever played whack-a-mole? Like, why give ourselves a countdown? Just head back through the door now and beat up whoever thinks it's a great idea to walk in through the door. She puts forth a sound strategy, Executive Manager. As long as there's no high-ranking officer among them, it would be to our benefit. Well then, let's do as Kira says. That was quick. Alan blinked, shooting us a puzzled look at our entire squad coming pouring through the door long before he finished the lockdown sequence. Due to new emergence complications past the door, we have concluded that this location is the optimal point to intercept and engage the infiltrators from the Ring. This location, you say? Wait, the door leads to a zone under a syndicate or wings with protection, doesn't it? Better idea to fight here then. Better work with someone quick on the uptake. Wasn't long before the Fauvists became rushing in through the door. I didn't want to summon them while they're relaxing, but, well, can't be helped. And I summoned the sinners back to work. Is there a new kind of enemy? That's a lot of multicolored blue. There are beasts that fall in and out of vogue within the school of Fauvism. Yes, but a true artist must take his pride in that single animal as the underdrawing which best represents their unique self. Despite its wisdom, however, there are some who flit from beast to beast as though the self is nothing more than a costume to be worn and discarded. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is the... Yeah, this is the Marisol one. Yeah, very heavy focus on the multiplier. Yeah. On hit with skill. Yeah, this is the Marisol ID. On hit with skill, inflicts one call. Inflict one multicolor rouge. Gain one attack up for every step. The first step is always but a single animal. And with every quest for art and rarity, another beast is a layer to top the previous specimen. Okay. Okay, that's the same as that one, and then that's the same as that one. Okay. I kind of want to do the Lost Res again, because that seems to work pretty well as a strategy. It hasn't failed us yet. Okay, 5 coin unbreakable right on turn 1. Oh, she was the Clash. Well, no, she just had her first coin broken. Low-key, I was half expecting her to finish that line with Caliber. Does it sound like she started saying X? And then Caliber. Right, that's the theme. I haven't watched that, but look at the watch order of Fate. I have no idea what the watch order is. I tried looking it up one time and it's just so confusing. I guess I could just go with like the release order. Although I don't know if that's a good or bad idea. I don't know. Because I'll see like a clip every so often of like a fight with just really good animation for it, but like I have no idea how to watch it. I just don't know the watch order. Do people usually just watch the release order, or do they go for chronological? Or maybe there's other ways. I have no idea. I mean, I guess they already have Faust is able to recover from stagger as well now in her ring ID. So like, I guess they don't want to give too many people that passive, because it is a very strong passive to have. You know, maybe we could do a little bit of Lost Resin. Is that okay? That does. All right, we're going full Lost Res. Let's go. A little more with I want to see. Yeah, no, both the new IDs are pretty good. Like Marisol, for being a free event ID, is very solid. Like his numbers are just really good. Okay, 5 coin skill again. Let's go. See, it really sounds like she's about to say it's Excalibur.
전부 녹여서 썰어버려도
Loki, hold on. She likes like the video game and comic type stuff. So maybe it is a reference to that. Actually, wait, doesn't Kim Ji-hoon like the Fate series or something? Or am I mistaken about that? I feel like I've heard something about that before, but I don't know. I feel like I've heard something about that though. 20 left. Huh? Huh? Okay, well this fight is going well. Maybe we can do this. Yeah, that works. Probably could have done a little more defense skills on the start, just to boost the res a little bit, but whatever. The 3 Mateus fans out there, recent interval, I don't know if you anything. I mean, yeah, nah. Nah. You know, especially after the story from this. Yeah, nah. Okay, and that about wraps up the middle. That about wraps up the middles corridor. Okay, so whose corridor have we done already? The rings, the middles. I guess we're gonna go to all other 3 now. Potentially. Does watch order even? Yes. Yes, it does. That's how you build up character development. Yeah. Yep. Just gonna try to desperately cope in the corner by saying that that's what every other middleman would do. It is! But they're all bad for that. Like, that doesn't make it better. Yeah, no, that does not make it better. The fact that all the other middle members would do that too. Okay, and that about wraps up the middles corridor. Thanks to you folks, we managed to cut the door cataloging workload by 80%. I really appreciate everyone going the extra mile to check each and every door too. Made my life a lot easier. It's all thanks to the manager's excellent strategization. Next up, the thumbs corridor, but we actually found a lot of intel lying around here, so we just needed to check some of the doors in its basement. Alan is very off-putting. I don't like him. Also, he punched Kira, or slapped her, something. He hit Kira. I don't like him. I just need you to check some of the doors in its basement. Is Count Hakma? He gonna die cause middle? What? Huh? Oh, because he slapped Kira? Well, I mean, I don't think Kira's too mad about it. Am I win 50 people for 1 ego, 2 IDs, and emoji IDs. That's pretty good. Good evening to you as well. Yeah, Loki, speaking of polls, the Enfield update will be in what? Hold on. In 2.5 hours? About 2.5, I think, right? Is that? Yeah, 2.5. I think. Imagine if Kanto 6 happened way later, so it's for funny reason. I mean, he kind of already did get the haircut, but I guess, wait, no, actually, did he get the haircut? Or did he use the hairpon coupon, or did he, hairpon coupon? Did he use the hair coupon yet, or did he not use it? No? Oh, I don't know why I thought he used it for some reason. I guess he just stole the coupon but didn't use it then? He just said he still has it. Oh! Yeah, no, low-key, sometimes when I'm reading, I'm like not paying attention to the words I'm reading because I'm too focused on like saying the words correctly. Heath Walker, bowl cut, if he uses the hair coupon. Nah, he's got to get a more luscious do than the bowl cut if he uses it, for sure. Okay, next up, the thumbs corridor, but we actually found a lot of intel lying around here, so we just needed to check some of the doors in its basement. Intel. Manager expresses interest in the aforementioned intel. Ah, that. In the thumbs corridor, we came across a bundle of papers detailing the comings and goings of the thumbs members and the orders they were carrying. Whoever wrote the logs has been diligently keeping them updated. The last entry was written not so long ago. All the contents of the notes weren't all that interesting. They helped us get an idea of where each door in that corridor leads to. Valentina's scrap papers. She'd been keeping up with that useless stuff this whole time. Huh. Useless? Remnants of her desperate search for the thread to cling to. Found one of her backup ticket hoards. I don't know if the back doors is a ring specific thing. Like, I guess the fingers have access to them in general, which is like how they have the spider thing. Also, if Li Hang was able to visit Ryoshu in the spider house, then I guess like all the fingers can use the back doors. I think. Ring house. Oh, do they? Said, but I don't know if I then. Okay. I mean, I would think that all the fingers can use it for the spider house purposes, though. I would imagine. The ring Liu and ring fast spinner. 3-star. Swank record. That's very unfortunate. Got regular. Huh? What? What? Interesting. I've marked any doors that we need with the drone. I've marked any doors that need work with the drone. There should be about 3 or 4 of them. While you guys do that, I've had some leftover work to take care of over here, so noticing this thread or interactions. Can I do something I need his picture for more luck? Huh. Hopefully Fair Company doesn't come in W Corp. I'll just go. I'm not a fan of Alan. I don't like him. Whenever anything irrelevant to his work came up, Alan seemed to have a way of unhearing and maneuvering right past it as though he didn't even register what was said. Recalling our conversation with Cesara back at P Corp, that deeply uncurious indifference might just be one of the essential personality traits to go on as a corporate employee in the city. Understood. We will explore the areas past the Mark store and return here. Mark stores and return. Thanks a ton. Well then. With Alan returning to where the other Wayfarer Company employees were huddled around, we decided to follow the corridor to the left. Hey, there's someone in here. More of the ring, maybe? Going by their silhouettes, they're unlikely to be members of the ring. Come on, lady, get out of my way so I can see. It's the detective. Some stubbly guy, I don't know, and that annoying airy dude. Sounds like Moses, Gregor, and Hong Liu, respectively. The trio's conversation grew clearer the closer I approached them. You okay, fella? You bumped your head earlier. Haha, fine as a fiddle. It was just a minor fall. I can expect the fellow students exactly in the same arena. The father knows father and princes. Let's go there. Taking us you live to try on purpose. Hate the boss fight of 9.5. I don't know what it is yet, so I'll try to stay surprised for that. I don't know if I'll fight it in this stream though, because I don't know if we'll actually get up to it. This is the third time it's occurred. We gotta discuss the issue with the manager once this consultation is over. The boss is... What? Okay, no spoilers. No, don't spoil it. I didn't get to it yet. Don't don't tell me anything about it, please. I'm seeing a bump on the side of Hong Liu's head. No, I didn't do anything. He removed it himself. Anyway, you know what to do, right? If at any moment you see signs of... Don't worry, Gregor. You made it through the explanation and the footage both. You're going to be fine again. I believe in you. Look at you now. We're right where it happens, but your arm is stable. See? Ironically, fear tends to grow most unmitigated when it is distant and unseen. I understand what you might be worried about, but I don't see it, even the earliest portents of it. Why would you deal so much damage for a raw skill 3? Yeah, it's like, what, 120 or something? Well, although that's if she hits all targets. If she is only hitting one target, then it's more normal numbers, but her attack weight kind of makes it a little bit ridiculous. Or, well, it adds it up, like, quite a bit. Because her attack weight is, like, 1/3 of the power. Or, well, actually, maybe it's more. Because, like, originally it's, like, 70 damage, but then it's an additional 50, I think, from the skill 3. Or from the final coin. Or attack weight, I mean. Because then, what is that like? Well, it's more than 50% of the damage bonus or whatever. It's already worth it. I mean, she's good. I personally am gonna save for Walpurgis and then only get the characters with sharding them, but she's good. I understand that, what you might be worried about, but I don't even see the earliest portents of it. So don't hesitate to share the unfiltered thoughts that arise while you're in here. I know what I saw in the footage, but I'm still having a hard time believing it. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm just avoiding the truth. when it's staring me right in the face. In my case, it's nothing like Don Quixote's. She needs to keep her shoes on, and it's all good and dandy for her, isn't it? Things don't work out that way for me. Pull it because I want to keep shorts for the stuff in wallpaper. Yeah, no, that's super fair. Yeah, I very much think that if someone wants an ID, then they should just pull for it. Whatever they're talking about sounds hella deep, guys. Sure about eavesdropping on him like this? That geezer's always weirdly cagey about himself. Maybe now's our chance to learn more about him. He's sharing such an important secret about himself for once. Why walk away? Don Quixote gives a nonsensical interpretation of Ryoshu's acronym as Kira rolls her eyes out of her exasperation. Rolls her eyes out of exasperation. Between the bickering sinners and Kira, however, Otis stands in silence with the inscrutable look on her face. She's listening to the exchange between Moses and Gregor like a woman possessed. Gambling? Speaking of gambling, we get to do that in 2 1/3 hours. Nonchalantly, it translates to I mean, some are easier than others. Between the bickering sinners and Kira, I just read this line. Okay, let's keep listening then. Otis was right. Damn it, she was right all along. This war ain't. The war isn't over. It never was. And it can't be over for as long as this joke of a gift stays attached to my arm. Barbed words. Now, let's revisit a question you couldn't answer while the footage was playing. Hopefully, it's become easier to answer now. You've been using that arm to fight, just fine so far. How? I don't mind fighting hostiles or enemies. I'm not the kind of person who worries about people trying to kill me. But killing my comrades, that changes things, doesn't it? Can't even control it. There's nothing I can even do to brace for it. It's unstoppable. Like some kind of time bomb counting down to unleash a disease you never know when its symptoms will set off. You know that the nurse, father. Interesting. Even Heathcliff, who was always the first to step up when people began to spiral into self-hatred, stood in conflicted silence, his lips drawing a hard straight line. Besides, Gregor wasn't wrong in that, at present, there wasn't any way to stop his transformation, should it occur again. We've still got a good chunk of the journey left, and eventually we'll have to... No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners. What is this background? Hold on, where is this from? Oh, Fathoms of Ego, Lamantia and I, past. Okay, so that's where it's from. Thank you, Project Moon, for having the place in the top left location. Top left location, and having the location in the top left of the Lamantia. Yep, I guess so. No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners. Even if they killed hundreds, thousands, no, tens of thousands of innocent people, will you still embrace them? We'll eventually have to confront an even darker, bleaker truth of the war. Can I really trust Gregor to not crumble under that inevitable pressure? I see. You're afraid you'll end up hurting us. Well, that's... At first I thought I couldn't give a hoot whether or not I accidentally murdered some of you. It's a bit saddening to hear that. You know how it is, Honolulu. The bus team, didn't exactly get off to a rocking good start. Through our journey, I've begun to think of you all as my comrades. I was okay with that because I had too much faith in my own weakness. Loki, if Gregor kills the entire LCB team, Dante can just bring him back. Why is he so worried? Like, the only issue would be if he killed Dante, but that's not gonna happen, so. The BE pack today was good. Guarantees. Right. Yeah, does it give you one extra lunacy though? Because I'm like kind of worried it'll give me one lunacy by accident. Because I really don't want one random extra lunacy. Because like that just would be unaesthetically pleasing. Is there a word for unaesthetic? That's not unaesthetic. Is it dis-aesthetic? No, it is unaesthetic. Although unaesthetically pleasing doesn't sound proper grammar. Doesn't sound alike proper grammar. Alright, anyways. I'm gonna realize that I'd grown so weak that I couldn't even take down some backstreets thug with this arm. I was relieved. Imagine that. The same arm, my arm, a weapon that stabbed the heart out of countless people during the Smoke War. I'll be honest, when that Hohenheim fella said that I was an exception, the thought alone made me hope. Exception, a potential to be harmless, weaker than even a non-combatant like Isong. It made me hope for a life like that. It didn't sound so bad. Why doesn't he get his arm turned into a convenient flamethrower as well? Well, that would kind of limit the potential of our potential man now, wouldn't it? It sounds so bad. We all know how that went though, didn't we? Blew up in the worst way possible. Is Fire Fist a goat in La Mancha land? Roach IDs when? Probably around the same time we get Sinclair IDs with, you know, that version of Sinclair. After all that, I just couldn't bring myself to fight again, because I no longer know when this fear would eat me up again, or because I'm constantly afraid of this damn gift manifesting again. Sir and Sinclair. Yeah, I think they would probably be sometime around the same time. Or maybe we'll unlock them on a on completion of future cantos, like Canto 36. Well, probably not. Well, maybe it would be like what, like 25, and then 27. I guess maybe. I don't know. Same fear you've carried all this time. How did you endure it before? Badly. Barely. Holding on to the idea that the living's gotta live on and nothing else. Huh. This really brings me back years. The memory's so clear, it's like it all happened yesterday. Best you kick me off the bus before a push comes to... That can't be the answer, Gregor. You can walk away, but the danger of our journey won't leave with you. Dante and the rest of us will still be facing an endless repeat of peril. It's not like leaving the bus will bring peace to your heart. Our deaths can be reversed should an accident occur, even if it comes at the cost of Dante's suffering. The same can't be said for most people in the city. This company has 3 time bombs that can be set at any time. Anytime it wants, and the enemies we face, it's still here to treat us like fodder. I guess the enemies don't know how strong the LCB team is, which I guess is kind of... I feel like that definitely shocked... Who was the thumb nurse father? What was her name? Valencina, I think. Because, like, she was probably not expecting that from Gregor of all people. Like if she was thinking she was gonna lose to anybody, it would be Virgilius, but not Gregor of all people. I mean, maybe. I mean, because his canto didn't exactly like solve his issues or whatever. So. Yeah, maybe after everyone's canto's over, then we'll get a Gregor canto, perhaps. Well, I mean, then we'll get ones for everyone again, but maybe it'll be a different order the next time around. I mean, we'll see. No, that's something I never expected to hear from you. I guess you're right. If we're seeing this through to the seeing this through to any kind of end, it would be this place. Oh my god, this would be the place to do so. Not many places in the city have some warmth to them like this one does. Oh wait, this consultation thing's pretty embarrassing. I mean, it's not like I was forced to go through something as traumatizing as yours, Honglu. Truth be told, I'm not some special case. Everyone who participated in that war must have gone through more or less the same experience. It's Moses, Otis, and even Valentina, that piece of work. See now, piece of work, I think that is something that Shakespeare wrote. Right? Did he make the phrase piece of work? I feel like he did. Did Shakespeare make the phrase? Was it from Hamlet? Piece of work. Was it from Hamlet? Shakespeare popularized the phrase piece of work in his play Hamlet. Okay, so it was from Hamlet. I don't know if that was the first instance of it being written, though. To be or not to be, that is the question. The Divine Comedy consists of 3 parts: Inferno, Purgatorio, Paradiso. Purgatorio, Paradiso. Probably be the same way in LIMBUS 2. I mean, it's possible that they don't go by Sinner anymore. Like, they could just have, like, different arcs now, or when they get to other stuff. Like, because so far it's been arcs based around the Sinners, but it could be arcs based around events next, potentially. Because we don't really know what format they're going to do yet, since it hasn't exactly, like, got up to it just yet. Because I feel like they're still kind of just establishing all the characters, and I feel like maybe once they're all established, then maybe they'll get into other events. But I wouldn't mind if they keep going with character arcs, but I wouldn't mind if they focus on, like, specific events instead either, or like specific area exploration. Like, I want to see, like, the outskirts and, like, the ruins. Like, I want to see those areas. Although I don't know if we'll get to see that in LIMBUS exactly. Maybe they'll save that for 20 years down the line. I mean, a game lasting for 10 years, that's going to be quite some time. Although I'm very much here for it. Alright. Can't attach a number to our misfortunes as if there is something to be measured. For the fact that in the late future, any video like I missed Ryoshu identity previously. It's 5 or 6 pages. I think that will be very unfortunate. Low-key, that's something that is very possible. I mean, yeah, hopefully it won't take that long. They better not release double IDs if they have 5 to 6 pages. Only 5 or 6. I mean, it might be 6 or 8. Look at the video. Yeah, no, that's gonna be... I mean, I would imagine IDs like that having like 9 skills or something. Or actually, I guess with defenses included, maybe like 12. I don't know, we'll see. Okay. Can't attach a number to our misfortunes as if there's something to be measured. When I fled from my past, I tried my hardest to avert my eyes from it. But you, Gregor, you're not like me. Every few steps that distance you from the past, you'd come to a pause to spare a look toward the path you had walked. It's not exactly always a good thing. Can't Debate has 110,000 words. What? It's a book when LIMBUS Company. Dude, LIMBUS has good writing. Like, genuinely. Okay, Cantos 1 through 4 I didn't enjoy as much, but then 5 through, well, 5 was real good, but then starting in Kanto 6, they bumped it up even more, the quality of everything. And since Kanto 6, I feel like everything's been very consistent with how good it's been. Kanto 3, okay, look, the dungeon in Kanto 3 I liked a lot. Like, I liked that story a lot, but like the lead up to it, I don't know. Also, I gotta also mention that when I was early game in Limbus, I was trying to like skim through things instead of fully reading things because I was worried about Library of Ruina spoilers, because I didn't watch the Library of Ruina story cutscenes. I didn't watch that yet, and I still had to watch that, so I was like trying to avoid spoilers because I didn't know if there was going to be any in Limbus, and there's not. Well, at the time there wasn't. Now there is Library and LobCorp spoilers, and Distortion Detective, and Leviathan. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess kind of. Well, yeah, no, they do have a way of making everything go full circle though. So when I fled from my past, I tried my hardest to. I just read that. All those years I let slip by, all those that slipped you by, are dotted with fathoms of suffering that are both ineffable and beyond measure. Puff. Different experiences, different pain. Still, if there's one thing in common to everyone, it's that trauma leaves after effects that linger for a long time. What are yours? I dislike loud noises and people who talk too much. They sound too much like the cacophony of the war, like screaming comrades who resented me even as they lay dying. As the wounds they left in my heart bled me dry. I thought you were fond of Miss Ezra, Miss Moses. I've talked too much. That aside, what were the smoke war? Okay, so wait, if Arashiki erases memories, can she just full minds, bring up useless info? See, the thing about the brain, right, is that if there's something deemed as useless info, like if there's memories that are so unimportant, then I feel like people just forget them naturally. So like, I mean, yeah, no. Like if things are like truly unimportant, then I think they would just be forgotten. Although maybe like she could fuel up on like funny memes. Although she'd have to remember them all. Although I guess she doesn't exactly choose what she forgets either. That aside, haven't you heard your fill? Might as well come out from that corner you're hiding in. Oh man, they knew we've been eavesdropping this. We've been dropping eaves this whole time. Where she's purposely spamming Arashiki after seeing Bring Up videos. Yeah. Yeah. Those the invincible ones as well, those ones. Yeah, those maybe could be forgotten. Actually, I'm waiting for just the right time to come out and say a few words, but I couldn't find an appropriate moment to. Well, I've had to share this with Manager Bud, or the rest of you fell sooner or later, so I don't really mind, but what's she doing here? I almost just pressed stop streaming by accident. Because my mouse went a little bit farther than I meant to, and my stop streaming button is like right down here. Well, that would have been awkward. What's she doing here? What's she saying? What is she doing here? something assistant? Oh. Temporary ally? No. Temporary accompaniment? Accompaniment? Accompaniment. Okay. Don't be mean, I'm working on my off to help you guys. Pleased to make your acquaintance. How does one laugh like this? Foo-hoo? How does one make that noise when laughing? Does that actually happen? Do people do that? It's the same thing with the BWAHAHAH Bwahaha. Like do people actually do that? Like, that's like Bowser's laugh or something. Like anyway, well, I'm talking about like actual like people, like real people. Like in real life, I don't think people make those noises. I don't see how Undertale characters laugh. Nah, I don't know how people manage to do that. Like that's like a talent, having a laugh like that. Bah ha ha ha. But where does the ba come from? Where does the B letter come from in the laugh? I don't know. Like maybe if they start laughing with their mouth closed, then their like lips are touching each other for the B sound. So like ba ha ha. I don't know. One character, one piece. Oh, Blackbeard. Yeah, no, no, the One Piece laughs. Oh my god, the One Piece laughs are so great. Dude, I think the One Piece laughs specifically from One Piece are some of the most unique laughs I've ever. Like, I'm obviously not like real laughs, but like, just the fact that someone thought of all of those different laughs is impressive. Yeah. Okay. You're right on time. Kind of. Yeah, no, and then there's Deda she. Like how are you saying full words in the middle of like as your laugh? It's like such a goofy laugh attached to such an emotional scene though. Like, we're not gonna talk about One Piece spoilers because we're not gonna do that. I think Kira forgives. Thanks for crippling her for 4 turns of 3 coin drop and fragile. It's what this that's that, and this is this. Big Bomb's laugh. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I've been working on a theory, but I don't have all the clues to be absolutely certain. A word from someone in the know may immensely improve my confidence in the theory. Isn't Rodia, what do I say? Is that? Yeah, she said it like a little bit ago. She actually said that's that and this is this. I was so surprised that they allowed her to have that line, because that I feel like is such an important line. And like to give that to Rhodia of all people, like that feels very random. I mean, I guess they just wanted to reference it, but I don't know. Like that line feels much more important to be just some random reference. Because there's like no way that they did that like unintentional. Like I feel like it had to have been like a reference, just as a reference though, because I don't know, was there importance to it? I don't know. Okay. I've been working on a theory, but I don't have all the clues to be absolutely certain. A word from someone in the know may immensely improve my confidence in the theory. Inspire me to win now that I've played Library Arena. Yeah, I feel like that is the most memorable line. I mean, because he just spams it. He just spams that line all the time. From what I've seen, I still have to play the game though, because I watched all the story, but I haven't played the game yet. I did watch all story though, but I still have to finish LobCorp. I have to do day 49. It's that was so. Day 49 was like, I don't know. I'll get back to it eventually. Kira, do you know which door the Thumner's father was most attached to? Huh? No. Duh. Duh. That's supposed to be obvious. Can you guys all see her? Think I'd just chat up a scary lady like that? Dude, she was beating the ever-loving stuff out of Lucio every time I saw them together. Oh yeah, I went down fighting you guys to the end, huh? It's just a reference Gen Z. Yeah, she's definitely on the younger side compared to the Sinners, because she speaks with much more slang, I guess. Although, I guess it could be because she's from the middle. Like, maybe the middle just uses more slang. I don't know. I mean, she also has a boner hair. I don't know. She just seems younger than all the Sinners, I guess. Oh yeah, I went down fighting you guys to the end, huh? Yeah, I said stuff about her generosity and all that, and fought till he died. Damn, that's unexpected. Being real for a sec here, I thought he was totally gonna swap sides. Really? That lad? And why is that? You know, the vibes. You guys don't know because you haven't seen him. Because you haven't seen him long enough without the scary lady always looming over him. What's up? Gonna stab her right in the spine? You. Look, I think you might be training wrong because, like, you're not improving as much as you should from all that grind. Let me show you what I learned about sword swings from this comic book. It's not how my master has instructed me. The textbook cannot be permitted to have even a single deviation if it means to repay the debt it owes her. Why are you so obsessed with all that crap anyway? You don't even like that old lady. But you're not so different from me in that regard, are you? What? Bro, the heck you talking about? I'll have my papa. Seriously, I thought things were gonna crash and burn before Yoshihide even came home. Huh, I suppose textbook and I had that in common. If this one doesn't know how, let me redirect that question towards you, Ryoshu. Full expression, looks like you wouldn't care less if you lived with ironically the last few months. The death. Most intense moments. Low-key, I do not remember those moments. My bad. I mean, to be fair, a lot of stuff happened in Kingdom 9. I can't remember every event. It's very, like, specifically. Hopefully this touches up on one of your more intact memories. Do you know which of these doors the Thumner's father showed particular interest to, or which door she used the most often? Thumner's father, generate among. I mean, if Rian does, then probably. Actually, did Hong Liu generate Mong? Does he generate on his enhanced skill 3 or anything? Or not? Maybe not. I don't remember. Maybe it was just Rian Yisong. Nah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe all of them would, but I guess not. Do you know which of these doors Thumner's father showed particular attachment? I just read this. Why ask me? Fine. Yes, I do remember. Don't even need clocks help to piece it back together. Matter of fact, Mong is just a final power boost for most of our enemies, so I can ride in peace. if they already have found my initials. No idea. It's that one. Door with a metal piece dangling from it. There's like one door. I mean, I guess there's a few, but there's only one with an actual, you know, door in the frame. Wow, almost died out there. I am not. Where did those G Corp? Yeah. She's not making this easy for me. Where did they even grab those gross pets from? Mom, are you okay? Do I look okay to you? Ticket? No, not really. I'm fine. You don't break easily. There's only one door that's actually a door. I mean, if you look at the other doors, because when you think of a door, right? There's the door frame, there's the door handle, there's the door knob. Actually, there's the door hinges, but the door part of the door is just a door. Like, because the other, like, there's the other hallways, but they don't have actual doors. So that's why, but like they're still doorways, but they're doorways without doors. So there's only one actual door in the thing. Okay, you know when you like say a word so many times that it doesn't feel like a real word anymore? That's like what's happening with the word door right now. Okay. I'm fine. You know I won't break easy. What a true door. I mean, it's the piece of wood that goes on the hinge. That's the door that opens and closes the pathway. But like, yeah. Got Fire Fisted Gregor. He's very good for burn. Ow. You know I don't break easy. Should have been there to see me tear the head off that G Corp vermin ticket. Mom, your leg's bleeding a lot. Here comes another mission. Boy, they really can't do anything without me. So much for a break. What is this? Bandages for you. This kid's serious? They've got truckloads of expensive treatments on the ready to patch me up the moment I get back to the field. Oh, okay, never mind that. Hey, this works. Sit tight and don't start any trouble. I'll teach you some sword techniques once I'm back. Must have been her years in the smoke war. Yeah, fighting in the war took a lot out of her and left her perpetually exhausted. But she marched to every battle with a smile. Stopped drinking, stopped beating me too. Like a blissful idiot who forgot that she was still neck deep in the inescapable pit called the House of Spiders. So wait, if she's in that door to go. That smoke war, does that mean she was still at her prime? But she's at the House of Spiders for a while. Valencina? I mean, maybe? Or when is her prime? I don't exactly know what her prime exactly was. Was it when she didn't lose an eye? Actually, did she lose an eye, or? Wait, no, because she had an eye of, like, foresight or something, right? So if anything, was she not at her prime when we fought her? Or was there something about her not being in her prime anymore? I don't remember. I do not remember. Well, the ironic peace didn't last. Sometime after the war ended, someone she called the concierge. Is that the right word? I don't know. Of the Thumb visited the House of Spiders as a tutor. Where I was in Slash. Ah, okay. Talks about how there's expensive treatment waiting for stuff, and talks about how people basically bow down to her and until a lot. Considered it one hero. Interesting. The thing is, her eye being slashed, didn't she get like a future seeing eye as a replacement or something? Or did she already have that? Because if she got a future seeing eye as a replacement, then she should have been stronger after Ryoshi slashed her eye. I don't know, maybe she's just a fraud. Don't know. Someone called the concierge. Concierge? I don't know. Same eye? Okay. The Thumb visited the House of Spiders as a tutor. And that's when she went right back to drinking into a messed up stupor day after day. Eye precognition doesn't see the future, basically only tells the user most likely outcome of what the opponent will do. I mean, that seems still pretty powerful. Her relic was slashed by Rio. So now it overheats. Oh. Okay, so her Eye of Precognition was weakened. Okay. Actually, hold on. If she can precognition stuff, then how did she get her eye slashed anyway? I don't remember that part. Alright, anyways. The beatings returned, so did the edge in her profanities. It was pathetic. Hold on, why though? Sure, I was on the losing side, but wasn't Valencina on the winning side? A war hero at that. Do not consider in MDE mode. Her evade rolls 50 plus in or 155 or 15. Oh, 15. That's quite a lot. That is quite a lot. Ever heard of the regulation that prevents Smoke War participants from moving into L Corp and K Corp nests? The common thread between these post-war rules is that they make the lives of veterans difficult. Dubious rules that don't discriminate between winners and losers. I see. Must have been some things going on behind the scenes there, too. But doesn't that mean the back door will drop us into a trench they dug during the war? Yes, Gregor will be the one to open it. Wait, me? Yes, others can do it for you, but what would be the point? Sure this won't just end up giving him more nightmares? I don't see how this helps him in any way. We don't have any means to treat whatever it is that slumbers within his arm. However, I would surmise that the underlying cause of his sudden transformation wasn't the arm itself. Then what? It's trauma. His arm took control after his psyche was crushed by the weight of the unspeakable memories coming back to haunt him. It's not because the arm went berserk and he started reliving his painful past. It's the other way around, isn't that so? If you can come to understand that the war is really over, then what others say, no matter how closely they echo the past, is not necessarily aimed at you. Then you may be able to loosen your grip on the fear and anxiety that your arm could metamorphose at any moment. You can see here, giving respect to deserves the first events. Yeah. I feel this is the first time they're actually having a psychological evaluation that's not just Dante saying, "Yo, how's it going?" and all that. Like, I feel like Moses definitely feels more like a therapist than Dante. I mean, Dante, he's a good friend to all of the sinners, and like with Heathcliff, for example, I think they have chill talks or whatever, but I don't think it really goes as deep into evaluations with people. Our suggestion may seem blunt. It is one of the basic treatment principles of M-Corp's psychotherapy centers. Fine then. Guess I'll open it up. Gregor walked up to the door, grabbed its handle, then paused, taking slow, deep breaths. With one arm, he gently opened the door. Why are you running? You should be taking the lead on the front lines with our G-Corp banner held high. I don't want to die. Yuri! chuckle. It's nice to have a place to go back to. Herman. All right. Happy 15th birthday. Valentina. But you can't possibly have the cheek to call me cruel. You G-Corp pests were far more messed up than I ever was. Ripping people apart, cannibalizing them. You were nothing but a swarm of messed up monsters. Here's a quiz. Do you still remember what Tomo looked like? Blonde? Maybe? I thought I had woken up from the dream. But I was still... Because I think I reread or started trying to reread some of the earlier cantos after catching up on chapter 5, or, well, I guess not catching. After chapter 5, I think I went back, because after chapter 5's story was, like, so good, that was the first time I fully read a canto, like, every single word, and not just, like, skimming through it. So then I think I went back for a bit, and then, yeah. So then I looked through some of the earlier cantos and all that. Okay, Enfield is gonna be in an hour and 40 minutes. That's one idea you would be fully willing to spend all your Lunacy on. It could be any character in the city. Roland? Although, even if Roland does come out, I would just shard him. I don't think I would need to spend Lunacy on any character. Yeah, no, I would just say for Wulp and then just shard, unless it's like a collab thing. Although, who could collab? Uma? This is basically... Nah, Lunacy is there to be saved for collab egos and Walpurgis stuff. For me personally. Like, for people that don't have a lot of IDs, then pulling on things makes sense, because you need IDs to build the teams to play the game. But, like, because I already have enough teams, like, I have a burn team, I have a bleed team, I have a tremor team, I have a rupture team, I have a sinking team, I have a poise team, I have a charge team. So I'm kind of okay on IDs. So I'm not like in a rush to get anything, so I can just wait to shard things. I mean, the season 7 stuff, I don't have any of that, but I can just shard it at the end of the season after enough mirror dungeon runs, because I don't have enough boxes. A few shards though. Is there gonna be another Wulp during this season, or I don't know? Charge team, Space Sinclair. Yeah, no, Sinclair not having a charge ID. I still don't know why it doesn't have a charge ID. It does, because, hold on. Let's filter like this. Not a single charge ID. See, like, I'd at least expect it on, like, his, like, Muller Boatworks fixer ID or something. Well, something like this, right? Something where he just randomly has it, just because. But, like, he doesn't even have an ID like that. He just has nothing for it. The amount of thread. I mean, it's an amount. Although it goes down quite a bit when I get every ID from a season. Because this right here is going to be, what is it, like, 1,000 thread, 2,000 thread, 3,000 thread with Marsalt. So like that's already like 3,000 thread just in those, just in the IDs out so far. because it's like what 250 thread for each ID to get to up to 4. No, it's at a 200 short crates. Weight. I mean, since you've already waited this much, you might as well wait a little more, because I'm expecting the Ryoshu ID to be very good. Yeah, Ryoshu, I have very high hopes for. Like Rian or Renclair, like he's good. So like if you want him, like if you just really like this ID and you just want like a poise and bleed ID, like if he's a good ID. So if you want him, then go for it. Same for any other ID. If you just like the ID or you just want the ID, then go for it. If you want to build a team with that ID, or if you just like their design, all are valid reasons. I personally think strength-wise, Ryoshu might be a little bit stronger than all the IDs right now. Red. One more wall. Okay, so on that wall, then I'll be able to use more lunacy, and then I'll get more shards, and then I won't have to use extra boxes because I'll have the shards from. Well, I can save a few boxes, but it's far away. I mean, if it's still in this season, then I can wait. I don't mind, because I'm not exactly in a rush to get new IDs, because I just use them as a support ID, and then if I need a strong team, then there's the Heisho team, and then if I need another team, then I have a few.
어둠이 깔릴 때 숨어 있는 정보들이 고개를
There's
내밀.
dailies. Okay, these are already done though, so I can just skip them all. So.
어둠이 깔릴 때
It's even
숨어 있는
before-
정보들이 고개를 내밀.
It is? It's before Ryoshu bad end ID?
이제 지겨운 그 이산홍도 일을 안 하고 다닌다는 피.
예, 연습치고는 나쁘지 않은 행진이었다.
야야,
One Heisho that's
적당히 해.
good
뭐
outside of
손가락
the
걸기라는 거
Heisho
잊었냐? 대가리끼리
team.
하지 않게 이쯤하고 철수하자고.
A Heisho that's good outside of a full Heisho team. You know, actually, it's just all of them. Every single one of them. I don't think any of them actually care about Rupture. Like, none of them care about Rupture. Because they're just really strong. Like the Mao branch, they use speed conditionals. So if anyone has the least care about it, it's the Heisho or the Mao branch, because they go off speed conditionals for some of their coin power. The other parts they do use Rupture, but it's a very low amount, so they don't really like need it. Other members, like they just have very solid numbers. All of them, they're good. Okay, I guess this also has speed conditionals. Actually, is this only? No, not only. I guess on the skill 2 and 3 it might be only speed conditionals. Oh no, that is Rupture. Oh wait, no, this also has that. Okay, never mind. Well, I mean, this is okay. Well, this is just the Mao branch again. Although he's a trimmer. I'm pretty sure it got confirmed. It will be review IDs, extra conditions. I mean, I did kind of expect Ryoshi's bad end ID to just be a version where she stayed in the House of Spiders and just kept training. I did think that was a possibility. So the outline of retrieve that end ID from the roadmap. Okay, low-key, my throat is like kind of starting to bother me. So I might like take a break for a bit and then continue Arknights later. Because I do still want to do the Enfield stream, but I might just like call it on Olympus for now because I don't need my voice getting messed up now of all times. Yeah, I think taking a break is gonna be a good idea. So I don't know one day my throat got infected with 90 burn rupture. Yeah. That's it's a pretty accurate way to describe what just happened. Yeah, no, I think it would definitely be a good choice. Like my body is telling me I should let my throat rest for a bit. My voice. Okay, I'm gonna probably call it for now. I'm gonna stream Enfield in an hour and a half though, because I want to do that. I'll probably just like get some stuff done or whatever in between then. But I mean the Enfield update is in an hour and a half, right? Hold on, let me check that real quick. I'm pretty sure it is that. I mean that's when I scheduled the stream for. Content ID will be thrown. More mail on for what? I do want to really stream Enfield. I want Fang Yi. I really want Fang Yi. Fang Yi is like the Kafka of Enfield for me. In terms of evade power. Oh, well, in terms of evade power, probably. Well, maybe. But in terms of like sinking or tremor, nah. Well, not tremor, I mean sinking. Well, also there's no reason for her to be singing. Okay, the more I talk, the more my throat bothers me. I'm gonna search up when the Enfield update is, and then Enfield update when. Okay, let me check. Okay, I think it is in an hour and a half. Yeah, no, I want to pull on Fang Yi. I want the new stuff. Okay, wait, yeah, no, my throat is actually like really bothering me now. I gotta call it. Thanks for my South by. Have a good one. Enfield in an hour and a half.